Hello and welcome back to Nekojishi. I don't remember what have we done in the last episode. Probably most of the stuff about burgers and senpais. Finally, thanks to the help of 3 big cats, I made it through a chaotic week. Oh, that's 1 week. Even with all the drama they caused to begin with, after a few days, everything has calmed down. For now, little by little, I'm getting used to being surrounded by them. Ooh. And that's something else. You'll be surrounded later, if you know what I mean. Even so, all I want to do is take a good long break this weekend. But my serenity doesn't last long.
Yeah, would you go shopping with me?
No, this weekend is a good opportunity to go to the appliance store, even the bookstore, and I think probably this should add an and here. Jesus, I'm starting to proofread things. Jesus, I'd like to see how far technology's progressed. Do you care to show me? Let me guess. This is the second choice will be having in this game. Keep me company. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god, the kitties! Even just after waking up, these 3 are already arguing. That doesn't qualify as an argument, so calm your titties, Liao. And each one of them wants me to stay with them. Wait, why is the leopard so involved in this? He wants me to go with him, and he hasn't even told me his plans at all. But probably he just wants to hang around or something. He probably doesn't know where he wants to go, but he still doesn't want to give up his chance to spend time with me. He probably likes you. The other 2 are hard to refuse too, though I prefer to stay at home and get some rest. I have no plans for today otherwise, so what should I do? Who should I think we should hang out, but since we're going to his route, so I think we'll do 100% of his. So I want to go, even though like senpai seems much more interesting, but sorry, senpai. Don't be mad. If I have to choose, I'd like to spend time with Tiger.
Oh, fine. I'll let you have some time with him today. But you'll have to go out with me tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't look at his face, but if I were Suchi, I would cry too. Keep me company. Senpai clenches his fists, and Leopard sends me a piercing glare. Why does this stuff always end up being so complicated? Just ignore those losers, or I should say, lost kittens. It's kind of oh my god, that sound effect, can't handle this. This is just this guy's a bit arrogant, but whatever.
Who the hell is the lost kitten? I don't see any kittens here.
Anyway, Guardian Tiger, what kind of appliance store would you like to go to? A store with plenty of devices. I'd like to see something amazing as a laptop, or as wonderful as a smartphone. Or maybe you would like some like lotions and like flashlights and dildos and something. I don't understand BDSM stuff maybe, or I don't know. You see, your computer used to amaze me, but when I see your smartphone, I cannot begin to imagine the possibilities. Would anything else to be so convenient? You should probably get one yourself. It's really nice.
You're totally old school.
It's quite normal for me to not understand technology. After all, I'm not a human being. Well, going to an applicant store wouldn't make much sense, but you wouldn't even find a laptop there. Then where would where would one find some? Oh, that's a weird one. I have some ideas. Anyway, let's get going. Apple Store, since he's using Apple. It's like big camera in Japan.
Big camera.
That's their slogan. Though it's pretty far away from home, I catch a bus with Guardian Tiger and go to the department store. There's a supermarket, a bookstore, several specially goods stores and food court here. I should definitely go to the food court to get something good later. What's this? Is this an appliance store? I think this is called a department store or something. He asks a question just as we walk inside the department store. We're surrounded by clothes and expensive bags. There's clearly no appliances in sight. Not quite. This is a department store. There are places here which sells appliances, smartphones, laptops, and heaps of electronics. It's convenient. Department store? Well, I've heard of them before. So this is what a department store looks like. He's stunned. Did you guys see his face? Well, department stores don't all look the same. I think it's supposed to be look the same. I don't know. I can't judge. Anyway, let's go to the supermarket. As we went into the supermarket, we see lots of goods and produce on sale. The tiger wanders around intrigued. All this is very similar to the sacrifices I receive. It's quite the display. No one asks you to pay for them, so you can just absorb all the chi you want. And be bulky, The guardian tiger points towards a pile of bulk goods. But the presentation is lacking. Piling them up like this makes them look cheap. Well, they just want to sell them, not your business, or no. They're not your sacrifice, so shut up. That's because they're bulk packs. Even if there's a lot, they're still expensive. It's not that I'm questioning the generosity of my worshippers. It just seemed odd to me. I'll have you know. The guardian tiger tilts his head in thought like a puppy or something. When we get around to the electronics section, he's clearly engrossed by the devices laid out before him. So these are all our laptops? He begins to go around and inspect all of the different laptops and tablets. You can even see some of those newish convertible devices on display. To be honest, I'm not fully up to date on computers, so I go and try them out with him. Every now and then, the tiger goes and picks up a laptop for a closer look. When I see the computer in his hands, it's also still on the table. It's funny. Tiger, I want to ask you this before. So, since you're holding that laptop right now, can you use it? Oh, using the laptop? Impossible. I can only touch the chi of the object. I can affect the current or whatever is inside. If I had to, I can use my powers to turn on the power switch. Even then, I still wouldn't be able to use it. So how do you know? Probably he's been observing Liao for a very long time, that he knows all the files in his computer. So what do you mean by powers? Well, it's possible to move objects, but there just isn't much precision, meaning typing would be difficult. Manipulating a smartphone is beyond me. I have no idea how to use that touch screen thing before people refer to. I'm getting a sore throat. Jeez. Excuse me. I'm not great with this stuff, but I sort of remember touchscreens work off static electricity or something similar, I think. But that explains why he can't use them. So, if you can touch the keyboard, at the very least you can move a mouse, right? So with that, couldn't you use the computer already? Indeed, but since I can talk to you, asking you to do my bidding directly is much easier, is it not? Ugh. So you don't want to try it by yourself? Using a computer? I don't really care for it. A smartphone on the other hand, I would, but I can't. It's exhausting to use my powers just to operate a computer. It's not worth the hassle. So your reason is just because you get too tired. Simply put, yes. Oh, so we learned how to make them tired, if you know what I'm saying. But if you can't use them anyway, the tiger is currently comparing the differences between two tablets. If you can't use them, why are you making an effort to study them? It's to see how people communicate at this age. You're always messaging on your smartphone. That kitten especially. I have no idea what he's going to do on it all day long. That's true. So does looking at us using our phone help? Oh Jesus, our phones help at all? Excuse me. I don't know, but I usually can't make sense of it. But looking at all the technology here, I'm curious. What are the differences between each one? Well, let's see here. I try to explain the specifics to him as best I can, but I cannot really enough of a techie to explain the details. I basically just end up repeating the information on the product cards. As you'd expect, it doesn't help much because he already read them. Eventually, I just explain to him they're just machines and people communicate using software downloaded onto them. Well, just call in the staff and entertain him, Jesus. So it's software on the phone. All right, let me see the contents of your phone. Oh, some porn furries, I guess, like hunky furries. Oh no, fucking furries. Yep, I said it. Can I refuse your request? Whatever you have to hide, it doesn't matter. After all, I've seen everything to begin with. Yeah, he even seen you like jack off and your fetish and stuff. So whatever. It doesn't really matter, really. I didn't know about it before. There's really embarrassing stuff on there, you know. If you do this to me, it'd just be like a parent checking their kid's diary. How shameful of you. What's there to be ashamed of? Well, fine. Just tell me the operating procedures of the software. Let me think for a second. If I use my phone, he'll probably be able to see some of my chat history. Maybe if I can distract him. Wait, we're in the smartphone section. There's literally dozens of phones to use here, not to be used, duh. I mentally congratulate myself for my ingenious plan to go to use a display model for my demonstration. Firstly, did you know that smartphones generally have one or two types of operating system? Each type can run different software from the other. Let me show you. In the process of introducing him to the operating system of various phones, I also walk him through some of the basic softwares. Ooh. Though I regularly use all this information is new to Tiger. I might even call him Tigger. Who knows? Who totally didn't understand how it worked until now. We end up trying lots of phones. A clerk notices me and comes over to introduce some products. Since we're not here to buy anything, I have to decline their help and leave. Though the Tiger wants to stay, he probably understands that I can't talk to him with the clerk watching us. For me, it's a good opportunity to change the subject. I'm relieved that I take us to the appliance section. Thank God I don't have to explain anymore. Yep, explanation could be difficult. Fortunately, the guardian tiger drops the phone topic for now and focuses on all the appliances around him. You can tell he enjoys just looking around here. He ends up asking me what each one was for when he didn't recognize it from back home. I end up having to explain kettles, heaters, and even air multiplier fans. He must be meaning Dyson. I think he meant Dyson fans. Luckily, I already know enough about all this stuff. What's the cylinder-shaped container for? It's called a water boiler. It heats up and boils water. Once the water boils, it turns off. What is this? It appears to have lots of light bulbs. That's a heater. The lights produce heat when turned on. It's able to keep a room warm, even when it's cold outside. It's useful in winter, but I can't afford the electricity to run one. You have Tigger to warm you up. Oh no! The fan fiction. The shipping is real. I agree, it sounds very useful. With this, you couldn't catch a cold, would you, Liao? No need to worry about me. I have enough clothes to keep me warm. Understand. What is this strange circle for? This is, well, it's called an air multiplier an air multiplier fan. I don't really understand how it works, sadly. fan. What principle lets it produce wind without blades? But there's blades in the cylinder. They just hide it. I don't quite know. It pushes wind inside the ring to produce wind, I think. They don't need to be round either. See, that's one rectangle. Honestly, I don't think it's much better than a normal fan. How amazing. How about this one? Honestly, I thought he'd be more surprised to find out it was a fan. That's an induction cooktop. What's that? Oh, those like flameless thing. Ooh, pretty eyes. Cooktop. So you're telling me you can cook with this? I know it really looks different from the gas stove, but yes, you can cook with it. But I think you need like specific pots for that. You see, it's really Dyson fans. It's driven by electricity, so you don't really need fuel. Technically, you're partially right and wrong, and it can be much smaller. You see, if you put a pot on one of the circles, it heats up. The tiger moves around to look at the induction cooker from a variety of angles, his face showing intrigue. So, could you do a stir fry on this? This one probably can't. You can boil some food though. Really, I don't know if it could do a stir fry or not. It's not like I've used one before. Maybe it might be possible. Like because like the stove in my kitchen, the common kitchen, it's not like this. It has a hot piece of iron that you put your pan. There's no flames. You can't even do stir fries. You have to like stick the pan, let the pan touch the hot iron. So like I think you can only do stir fries when you actually have the flame. So if it's only able to boil food, why not just use the gas stove? Because gas ones are inconvenient to use. Well, it depends. Like I find like gas stoves are more useful than these kind of induction cookers. For example, I don't have a kitchen in my dorm, but I can have a hot pot at home with the stove as long as the meat and vegetables are prepared. Therefore, it's more convenient. I have a hot pot at home. The guardian tiger nods in his head in agreement. Let's buy one. It's expensive. Really? Let me take a look. It's quite acceptable. As you can see, it's cheaper than all of those smartphones. It's not that like expensive and cheap thing. It's a comparison within their kind of appliances. It's not a whole spectrum thing. Of course it would be, but smartphones are so tiny. Typically, the smaller something is, the more expensive it is. I mean, not everything like that, but you get the idea. Still, I don't want to buy that. Don't you like hot pots, Liao? That's not what I meant. What I mean? Wait, it doesn't even matter to you. Even if I made a hot pot, you could eat it. As long as you present one as a sacrifice to me, I'd eat it. I've never had hot pot before. That doesn't mean I need to cook it for you. Wait, how do you know you want a hot pot if you've never seen one before? Your family had it for dinner sometimes. I've been eager to taste one for myself for a very long time. So you saw it back home, huh? Yeah, I could believe that. But why not eat it back when we had it for dinner? If it's not provided as a sacrifice for me, I can't eat it. A god wouldn't be fighting the humans for food. But you just eat the chi. Do humans need chi? I don't know. I'm not really well informed about the Chinese mythology and stuff. Well, people wouldn't notice if you consume the chi anyway. Yeah, exactly. So there's no need for a distinction. That's not the problem. Gods won't consume the food that isn't provided as a sacrifice. Otherwise, we'd be no better than beggars. Oh, that's right. They have dignity. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I know, Liao. I'm not mad, but I believe you need to have more respect for the gods. Yeah, Liao isn't respectful enough for the gods. So remember not to tell that to another god. Got it? Yes, I will keep that in mind. So sorry. glad to hear that. Since you're a good boy. How about you buy that induction cooktop for me as a what? I have to reread that. How about you buy that induction cooktop for me as an apology? Wow, this greedy ass bitch. Well, I can't. My budget is tight this month. Something else is tight, I bet. It's fine. I was just kidding. Anyway, what's next? Oh, finally. The guardian tiger stops scolding on me and moves on to the next appliance. I said something I shouldn't have. I messed up. Even though I don't understand everything about how gods consume food, what I said was totally brainless. Totally brainless. I'm a child from Jitong family. How could I not show basic respect for him? Feeling guilty, I look at other appliances with the tiger. I need to make up to him sometime. Eventually, we see all the products. A good thing I don't have to narrate all that. We see all the products on the first floor. Oh my god, there's a second floor where I have the chance to get some groceries. Oh my god, another burp. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening with me? Jesus. It's surprising to see so many snacks here. I don't recognize many of these. Indeed, some snacks are usually presented to gods as sacrifice. I'll get what you want. And any that interest you? With kinds of snacks don't really interest me, but it's a good opportunity to get him as an apology. If that's the case, I'm not familiar with most of these. I want this one, and that. Is that a bit too much? It's okay if you don't wish to purchase so many, Liao. I'm just curious about their flavors. I just want to buy him something as an apology. It'd be embarrassing to not do so. My throat hurts. Even with my limited budget this month, I decided to buy snacks for him. It's like a little kid. I grabbed the snacks he wanted off the shelf and put them in my trolley as he goes around asking about more. Now, what is this pancake? Oh, look at these egg rolls. We have this says like 30% off. Actually, 七节. I think that's the pronunciation. 七. Oh, look at these egg rolls. Hey now. Oh, I'm beginning to be senpai. They've got some free samples of beef jerkies here. Beef jerky. I put more snacks that he wanted into my trolley without protest. They even have pudding here? Oh look at these frozen steamed buns. So these are chicken nuggets? I decided not to get the frozen buns and grab the pudding instead. Even if the tiger seems disappointed, I don't have a microwave back home. This way. Hey Liao, look! They have some freshly made fried chicken. His face so anticipated and excited about the fried chicken. This area has cooked food ready for lunches, so it doesn't surprise me. The prepared food in the supermarkets isn't that good anyway. Really? What a pity. Oh, it's sad kitty. The guardian tiger seems disappointed. I'd prefer to eat downstairs in food court anyway. That, and I've already spent loads of money on snacks. Well, at least you can eat it instead of that induction cooktop. How about we get fried chicken for dinner? Okay. It's like a big softie something. And I just agreed to eat out for dinner. There goes my budget for this week. Afterwards, we have dinner in the department store. I can't believe how much money I spent today. You should probably get to work. Like work in a convenience store. I did. Senpai is surprised when I asked him to help with the snacks I got. Helped with the snacks I got for Guardian Tiger. I think that's supposed to be proper. Okay.
I refuse to eat his food. It's gross.
Oh my god, my voice. What? Oh Jesus. I have to sleep. Maybe I have to go through this dialogue quickly. Why? It's no different to you. You said it yourself. It's exactly the same to an ordinary person.
I'm not an ordinary person. I'm also a god. For me, eating food consumed by other gods is like having food covered in someone else's saliva. No way.
You won't. I don't think you'll mind to have like Liao's saliva covering on your food, right? If you know what I'm saying, senpai. Huh? Boop. Saliva. How rude of you.
Regardless, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. If I asked you to eat food I already started, wouldn't you do it right?
Indeed. Ah, I remember now. Back in the cafeteria, Tiger and Leopard refused to share food as well. So if that's the case, damn it, I assumed Senpai would help me out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have let that tiger get so much. What should I do? Will I just have to live on these snacks until I finish them? Oh, poor Liao. Okay, it's a really good time to stop. I really need to sleep. I hope you guys enjoy this gay and furry shit. Get some fat material. Go fat to your heart's content. Go ship them and ship us to your heart's content. I'll see you guys in the next one. I have to go to sleep. I'm tired and my throat hurts. See you later.